Good morning and happy Monday morning. So last week we went over how big is your why? Well, in keeping with that, I figured to broach this week who's on your team. As a Monday morning motivator, I just want to inspire people to think a little bit out of the box and really examine their lives in ways that they can motivate and excel in their life. So here we begin. Who's on your team? I'm not talking about just at work, because we all have our teams at work of which we have our goals and go after. I'm talking about in life. Who's on your team in your life? That means who is or who are that core group of people of who influence your mindset, who help mold your decisions, who help you to even adopt your beliefs. I think at times it's beneficial for each of us to examine who's on our team. Because when we get into a position of which we feel downtrodden, or we're feeling a little negative and pulled down, we have to examine. What I usually say to people, especially when I hear extreme negativity, I'll say, who have you been talking to? Who have you been listening to? Who have you allowed into that inner sanctum of yours to mold your mindset? We need to be very careful of who we allow in to adjust and adapt our beliefs or our visions or our attitudes, because very easily it can be altered and we find ourselves going down a road we never intended nor wanted. Now, each of us, if we evaluate our friends or the people that are closest to us that we allow, I'm sure each of us would be able to find one that you call like a Debbie Downer. And that's okay to have those types of people in our lives, because it gives us the opportunity to encourage them, and I totally get it. But if we allow too much exposure of them in our lives, we will find we end up adopting those beliefs. And I always say to people, have an effect on people's lives, but don't let them infect you. So if you are having an effect, that's great. But if you are finding you're not affecting them, but they're infecting you, that's when you have to evaluate. That's when you might have to distance from certain people with negative dispositions for a little while, just until you can reassess for yourself to get yourself back on track. These are things that happen almost without us realizing, very subconsciously. We don't even realize that we've gotten to that place. So for a Monday morning motivation, I'm talking about how to keep that positive mindset. And when you're around positive people, you will find you become more positive. When you're around driven people that are motivated and challenged and always looking for that next goal to hit, you'll become more driven and motivated and challenged to go after your goals. One author that I had read a while ago, John C. Maxwell, and his book was Developing the Leader Within. And one of the things that he said that I found so profound is he said, you will know where you're going to be 5 years from now by the books you read and the people you hang around. And I found that to be quite intriguing. So today I ask you, who's on your team? And I hope you have an amazing, marvelous Monday. Take care.